it's in another room. Okay, so I'm on the live, and I started a new live. Kiki, can you tell me? Can everybody hear me? All right, so Kiki, thank you for coming back. I just need some people in here to tell me if they're hearing me or not. They're probably still over there hanging out on the other live, hoping that it came back. The internet sucks, man. Sometimes internet I'm. It happens way too often. We're doing the live, and then all of a sudden, in the middle of the live, this happens, and then you guys always get on the phone and go, "I'll reboot your modem," and then you do it, and it starts again. So I know it's not my computer; it's you guys. Okay, my live is back. Okay, so if it happens next time, right? I would say let's try using a physical connection, and see if you'll have any issues there. Are you able to like purchase a long Ethernet cable? Yeah. All right, man. Because it's a frequent issue, right? So I don't want it to happen again. So I would say let's try getting an Ethernet cable and see if that will help the connection. Okay. Falling. All right. For the people that's asking Wagwan, it's Spectrum, and they suck. Spectrum cable and internet sucks. Tethers in Florida. Tethers in Florida. Let's block this person real quick. Get the fuck out my chat room. Hide user from channel. Bye, bitch. Yeah. Anywhere I see that word is gonna piss me off. Tethers in Florida. Eat shit and die slow. You know where the word tethers is coming from, right? It's for the people with their foundational Black American bullshit, and you're not foundational Black American, so you're not us, and we're not supporting you. You're on the wrong channel. You're on the wrong channel. By the way, I don't have nothing wrong with no foundational Black American if that's how you see yourself. My motto is we are all the same people, right? The boats dropped your people off over there, dropped mines off over there. Some of us got sent from here to there, and then we mixed and mingled, or we developed different cultures in different places. We still the same people though. So please don't come over here with that bullshit. Um, all right. Let's get back to it. I was gonna ask, what is the meaning of that word? Dainty, I don't even remember what the meaning of the word is, but they made up that word for us. I forgot what the meaning is. I did look it up, and it wasn't pleasant. When I was doing a report the other day, I can't remember off the top of the head. I'll try to find it right now. I don't even know what the hell it means. Somebody help us out. Tethers. Tether. The only thing I see come up is to tie an animal with a rope or a chain to restrict their movements. Anyway, we back, right? There's a lot of people over there still on the other live because the other live is just hanging out, and I just ended it. I was trying to give them time to fix it, but they couldn't fix it. They had to reboot my whole system, so we had to wait for the system to get rebooted and come back up again. I don't want to be foundational Black American. I'm good with being Jamaican. Me can go back home. Them don't have nowhere to go but just take beating. James Bond, we don't try to divide up the family still. Some of them are idiot, you know. Not all of them are like that, but some of them are idiot. And yeah, we don't want to be nobody else but ourselves. It like them not hear about we. I think them hear about we, you know. I think them hear about we for sure. That's why they doing that. But we're super proud, my friend. We're a super proud set of people. We are steep in our culture. You know, we stand on the shoulders of giants, all of the above kind of thing. We know who we are, and them kind of something there. Yeah, them afraid too. That too. Yeah. So please don't come over here with that. I for one will lose myself in front of my audience and start using words that a lot of them don't even like me using. And for the people who keep saying stuff like "Soflo, don't make people dry you out," or "Soflo, you never have to respond to that." Sometimes when they left me alone, my bomba clot respond. I'm a human being, you know. I can't just pretend to be perfect all the time. I actually curse in real life, right? So me sitting here chewing on my damn tongue, trying not to say some things to please you, and then me see you over there upon somebody like what person name again? Pretty Don. Or one of them people at channel and Pretty Don and F this and F that and suck this and F that and blood, and you enjoy the content, but you come over here and try blood clot restrict me. I thought, tough Lord, don't please man, don't make them draw you out of you. Don't expect nothing from me, please. You don't know me like that. Don't have no high expectations of me. Me have high expectations for myself. I'm good with that. But sometimes some things need a kind of, I was having this discussion, right? We're gonna get back to the squash thing, but me have to say this real quick. I was having this discussion with a sister the other day, and the sister said, we could tell when y'all be in America for too long because you get pacified and you even get fraidy, and it's like the warrior spirit come out of you. Cause you're no longer you're so subdued now. Like in a Jamaica, if you grew up a yard and you never left, or you stay close to your culture, you know how to be a nice person. You know how to be well mannered. You know how to be respectful. But if somebody fuck around the wrong way, you raise up that blood clot to in the same breath. I got an auntie, right? My auntie was on her way to church one morning. She take bus, public transportation in New York. My auntie big, She big like fridge. See? She big like the fridge for real. And she have her Bible under her arm and her big church hat and everything in her dress. And a man tried that on the bus. And my auntie beat out him blouse and skirt with the Bible, and fling with the Bible and tear up the man upon the bus, He couldn't even fight a woman. That's how enraged she was. And then my auntie said, sometimes you have to put the Bible aside and whip some ass sometimes, right? And I use that to say this. Sometimes some things demand you to answer or react in a certain way. Life is not, even the good Bible, if that's what you're going off of, tells you that there's a time for peace and a time for war. You have a time for be happy in a life, and you have a time for sadness. There's a time for everything under the sun. So gonna stop with that, man. So flow, you never have to respond to that. You could have make that one that slide. Don't make them dry you out. So flow. No, I'm responding exactly how I wanted to respond to that particular person. Seeing? I mean, no wish me well, but somehow they don't really wish me well. Somehow they just want to control me. Like he's the guy that he doesn't curse because I say don't curse and all this. But me see you over when name the channel, be a bad word over there, beer nonsense content over there, and you're happy over there. Right. So let me be human, man, and let me be me. For the people them who allow me to just be me, them can go away and laugh and say, yo, it's a good youth, Yeah, him not really go around and disrespect people and them something there, but don't disrespect him cause yeah, the Jamaican go jump out time like right away, and then you have to go take it from there. So I just me that. That's a mistake. Unapologetically me, Nans. Yes. So now that we have almost, I'm waiting for 500 to come back, and then we get back into what we were at before. Uh, if I don't chop 2 cloth every day, I'm gonna feel good. Say man, TV. I swear to God, my auntie D said that. She said if you don't chop 2 cloth every day, at least once a day, she don't feel good. I remember, them cloth that we chop. Them used to beat we and chop we up for not say those things. We were even beaten to not speak patois, to not learn how to speak patois. You must master the Queen's English, boy. You must master the Queen, because they didn't want us finding another way to communicate with each other where that would leave them alienated, right? Right. So when you hear people are talking now like, Lord God, they speak so bad. Oh my gosh, I'm Jamaican and I don't even speak like that. You know? Move your blood clot and go. Mouth. I'm a Jamaican and I don't even speak like that. They speak so poorly. They speak so bad. I'm not one of those people. That they use the cachet accomplishments, heart of the culture as their own while maintaining that they have individual culture superior to foundational Black Americans. Okay, so that is Tether. Somebody is trying to define it for us. Royal Code says Tethers use the cachet, accomplishment, and the land of the culture as their own while maintaining that they have individual culture superiority to foundational Black Americans. Tethers kick and scream to be where foundational Black Americans originate from. But that's the thing. Foundational Black Americans, y'all come from the same place we come from. They come from the same place we come from, right? Not all of us are through slave bloodline, but all of us are connected in some way, especially from the Caribbean to, the whole transatlantic slave trade and all that other stuff. Some of us had our people in these islands before those people came. But y'all come from the same place we came from. So what if we move next door to where y'all at now? Are we gonna continue this bullshit ass war? The only person that wins when we do this. I don't have to spell this out for you. You know who wins when we do this. That's the only winner in this. So again, I don't want to hear no division kind of language over here, but I also will never tolerate any form of disrespect towards my Caribbean family, because then I'm really gonna go off. So if that's what you feel like doing, you on the wrong channel. All right, everybody is welcome. I feel like we family. Matter of fact, I know we're family. I know we're family. If you strip all of us naked, put us in one room, and put them other people there to ask them, where do you think who comes from? They couldn't tell who came from where. We're literally the same people. And if you know your history good and you know your uncle or your daddy or your granddaddy or great 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 granddaddy or daddy from that time used to be rebellious and they shackled him and sent his ass to Jamaica, but he was here first in the US. But he was one that wasn't going to lay down and take it. So they sent him to Jamaica and they sent his wife to Barbados and they sent his oldest son to Trinidad and Tobago, right? So I don't know how they come up with this and start doing this division bullshit again. I'm telling y'all, we are our worst enemy sometimes. We are our worst enemy sometimes. We look for every reason to divide us instead of uniting on the one friggin' thing we all have in common. It's time for change. It's time for change because we ain't winning. They winning. And they laughing at us while they're winning. Go read the Willie Lynch theory because that's exactly what y'all doing with all that. Go read it. A time will come where we will not have to keep our hands on the wheel. We will not have to continue teaching them this. We will not have to beat this in them anymore. They will be teaching this to their own children, and their children will be teaching it to their children, and they will be doing this to themselves for generations to come. That was actually written, pen and paper, in the plan. And y'all are fulfilling that friggin' plan. Back to what I was saying. Squash. Me not lie. For the person who said, look for your support criminal, but you wanted to see Vybz Kartel and Squash at concert in Miami. And I ask, what proof do I have that Squash is a criminal? Vybz Kartel has been completely exonerated. He got his paperwork. He flew into the US legally. He's here setting up to make millions of dollars. That's something to be proud of. The concert that happens every year, well, except for the past couple of years, best of the best in Miami, it's going to be on again. I normally go to that concert every year. I would want to see Vybz Kartel and Squash. Just YouTube it. Songs, Vybz Kartel and Squash songs. And you will see, right? Freedom Street is the name of a song that Vybz Kartel actually did with Squash. And now that you see he came out of prison, don't you see he named his concert Freedom Street? A Freedom Street. Them I wonder how we do it, but a Jaja help we out. Freedom Street. Right. That's the ending to the song of every day can be the same. Every day can be the same. The youths them a pray. Every day can be the same. Every day can be the same. There was nothing in that song that said kill nobody. There was nothing in that song that said rob anybody or be of any illicit or illegal activities. The song was an actually uplifting song, a reflective song. So if I say I want to see the two artists perform because me like the song them that they do together, then that's what I said. It's not supporting criminals. And all of who is calling him a criminal can't give me proof up till now. What they keep saying is stuff like this. One man said yesterday, so flow some things where you don't know all of that you hear. Typical Caribbean people talk. So me say, all right, boss, me understand that. But still, if me as a personally call somebody a criminal, I bet you can ask me why. And I can tell you, all right, let me pull up him police report. See it here. Them catch him 2020 first, 2 kilo of coke. That's all. Him do prison time feet him come out. 2024, rape Miss Mavis, little granddaughter, found guilty in court. Him in a prison now for rape. Them let him out because him work with so and so snitch whatever. Now see him there again. I can pull up proof. This is the kind of proof I want. Right? Me don't want you just come over here come talk about people are criminal and them a murderer and them for dead. Do y'all know how deep this is? You're calling for somebody's death. Labeling them a criminal and calling for their death. Send him back to Jamaica, make the man them murder him down there. And you don't have no proof that he did anything. You just following what somebody else said. Piggybacking off what we said earlier, I don't say what other people say without going to look up the information for myself. So yesterday when they were saying, I have him, I kept asking everybody that made that comment, send me the link now. Thanks in advance. Nobody could send a link. So I knew they were hearing it from somebody else. They never go research it themselves. Right? So when we researched it this morning and found it around 4 o'clock this morning, we hurry up and make the video and put an updated version of the video together in which we also discuss his situation. Now with Squash, me I go say this. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in not just him, but I'm disappointed in others that flex like this. When you wish good for your brothers and sisters and you see them still end up in friggery and foolishness, it's a disappointing kind of feeling. You know why I feel disappointed? Because me never have no bad expectations of him or didn't wish him anything bad in the first place. I was actually hoping in myself, like how me I hope for good for myself. Me I say, yo, I'm gonna run out on stage a best of the best, big crowd, perform on big show in the US, silence all your doubters. Jesus Christ, man, y'all have to start working to silence your friggin' doubters. I'm a kind of person like this. I don't care what you say about me if it's not true. Once me hear it, I'm not true, I won't even respond. But you see, if it's true, it'll go get under my skin. So I make sure that you don't have nothing to say about me that's negative, that's true. I feel like Squash, I give them the people them who was doubting him, the people them who were spreading rumors, the people them who call him all kind of name, criminal, this and that with no proof. You're now actually like giving them ammunition to use against you. You couldn't just come here, come tan quiet man. I like my grandfather used to say tan toddy. Sit down and wait till your papers work out. According to the details which we all know now, why are you out at 10 something at night riding with gun on you? And you know you think not 2-100. For the people them who keep getting on my damn thing and saying he was illegal in the US. He wasn't illegal in the US. He came to the US legally. He got a work visa to come to the US to do shows. He did those shows. He never went back to Jamaica. he did not just not go back to Jamaica and his status expired. He actually put in paperwork to extend his time here and filed for those kind of paperwork in the meantime, asylum, right? So while you are waiting, you are under protective status. So while you're waiting, you are under that protective status, and they will give you a time when you're supposed to report, and then while you wait for your date to be called. So nowhere along his stuff was illegal. We see people are typing on me thing about him sneak cross the border and him shouldn't there in the first place. And no matter how I tell them, they still write the same stuff. So the brother never there here illegally. He was here waiting on his case to be called. The part that I think though is just, brother, you could have do better. Is how you make them hold you out a road at night time with gun on you. And you know so you have case before immigration. Now talk God Almighty truth. Under Trump, this not look good for him. It don't. Under Donald Trump, this does not look good for him. But let me say it again loud. This does not guarantee deportation either. If you ask me, are they going to deport him? My answer would be, I don't know. We have to wait and see. I don't hold any weight in that arena, so I don't know. We have to wait and see. The Jamaicans that wish bad for him, they'll be right back over here. Yes, a good, cause you did a wish good for him. See that them deport him. Me tell you from morning, so them did not go deport him. You guessed, and your guess came through. Okay, you were wishing bad for him, and it came through. Well, him give you an ammunition to, but you were wishing bad for him, and it came through. But you nor I have no pull in this. He could very well go, and I said it on my second video already, not the video this morning. You have to listen to a video this morning, but I'll say this because I already said it on the video that's gone already. As a good attorney, you would take your client before them always. I said, me I give criminals ideas. As a good attorney, you would take your client before the courts. You would say to the judge, Your Honor, my artist, my client is very popular. He's a famous person in the country that he comes from. He has lost many family members and close friends to violence, to people who want to take his life as well. The fact that he got caught with a gun is not surprising, because recently he informed me that some of the people who he was running away from in Jamaica, he just ran into them here. So he is not safe here either. But because he is placed in a place, because you can't run about, you have to report on a regular basis to a certain place, show up in physical, check in, and he's waiting also for his case to be called forward. So he didn't want to just leave. So seeing these people triggered him. This is an argument for a courtroom. This is an argument for a judge, an immigration judge, to decide, well, damn, he is in that much of a danger. I saw somebody said, send him back because he is he is a danger to the US population, or is a danger to me. Carrying a gun on me is not a danger to the people out there. Me taking the gun out and firing it randomly into the crowd, now you're a danger to everybody. He was carrying it to protect himself. He was carrying it to save his own life because he knows those people to be killers. Mind you, he has lost close family members, friends already. A good immigration lawyer could make his case for asylum, and the deal would be, as soon as he is granted the right to be here, under these conditions, he will move from here to way over in a Timbuktu, some part of America where the Jamaican population is almost non-existent, kind of thing. You don't know. We don't hold the key to whatever. If him get dip, him get dip. But for me to sit up here and say, yep, immigration hold him, that means that them are going to dip him. Everybody knows that's BS, because they held him before and they didn't dip him. So it doesn't mean that because you're held there, it's automatic deportation. Somebody said it in the comments this morning. Once ICE hold you and carry you go a Chrome, that means you get deported. Foota Hype was in Chrome. Him never get deported. Whole heap of other people were in Chrome, didn't get deported. Squash their Chrome for the second time now. That might be a problem, right? But the first time he went there was because of his immigration situation. And when them round him up, them find out say he already had papers submitted and a case before the courts. So he was let go. But you know how Jamaicans stay. I work with the feds, you know. Yeah, that's why them let him go. Undercover. Snitch him a snitch per man. Live on the air with SoFlo. Good morning.
SoFlo.
Yeah, family, me there.
Greetings, man.
Manners, talk to me now.
I want to integrate something, but I want to say something about what you said a while ago.
Hold on there. Yeah, make sure the phone, cause you
yeah, me just set it right. Me just set it right. Yeah. So yeah, I said you're disappointed in the artist scene.
Yeah, man, me disappointed in him make them hold him out the road.
Because how they hold him out the road, and yeah, say he might make it look like say what the people them say could have got so, right?
No, well, no, he might give them ammunition for talk more.
I give them ammunition for that. However way you look at it.
Yeah.
It give them things to talk.
Yeah.
Now what I want to say is, could that just be because of who he is? That the person what they might say is maybe that thing is.
Yeah, but yeah.
They're a criminal, but it's just a person who just love involving in something.
True.
Something.
True, and that go come out. True, and that go come out in the wash. That go manifest itself.
We know a lot more than what we can't say, but we go just argument here. Like 100% know a lot more. But we go just have the argument here. Could it be
that is who he is?
Love their own something, love some vibes.
Okay, and if that is true, that is what it is. That will come out, and when that comes out and we have proof of that, then we can talk that way. But until then, even if that is who he is, this was an opportunity for you to change your life completely. So if you didn't use it, to change your life completely, it leaves me with a disappointing feeling because I was wishing well for you, not just for him, that go for all my brother them and sister them.
Now, vibration, you see? Just stick a point right, so vibration. Boy, him do very well. You know, them always want straighten all around him and them kind of vibes there. You know, give good encouragement, you know, certain vibes.
Same.
And sometimes I always tell him, say, yo, I say, sometimes we want to see good for some people and we want them to do good. Oh, we know say them want good. Oh, we know say what they want, what them want to go on.
Yeah, that's true too, bro.
I saw in a life, in a brother.
Yeah, let me not tell you that already, man.
World are good for some people, like genuinely I want to see good things, I want to see them win. But do they want to win for themselves? They're probably okay where they are.
Okay. I said that before too. Remember, I said before, okay, so listen. In my era when me come up in, right, everybody have it, say me have whole heap of gunman brethren, especially in Miami there. And me I try to tell people, say me can't control who me grew up with. Who you know from you are 8 years old till you're a big man in your 40s, you can't control that, right? But when I bought my brethren them now these days, I'm talk to them, I'm find out a certain man in a certain things, the most I could do is distance myself from them. Or me try to talk them outside and I say, bro, you know, so there's a better way, you can this and that. When a man look at me and say, yo, Flo, hear me I say, this me choose. So you see all the consequences and stuff that come with it, we're ready for that too. Me say, all right, bro. Me not gonna cry when nothing happen to you then. Me wish you the best. And me stay away.
I've had those conversations.
Right, I will stay away. Not true? So for him,
choose a circle.
For him, this is what I wish for all of us. For everybody who left the Caribbean and come to the US, and my wish is for you this. That you come here and that you do really good. Now we know so everybody not stay the same. And some people, them love the fragrant foolishness and it's going to catch up to them. So if that's who he is and it catch up to him, then let the Lord play its course and let whatever happen and the chips fall where they may. But we're not going to sit down out there and pray for nothing. Right. We're not going to sit down and pray for nothing bad to happen to him though.
No.
Right.
No.
That's all.
But it is what it is.
True, bro.
Bless up yourself. Be tuned in.
Manners.
Bless up the 179 King Biggs on the wall work. You know what I got?
5 up. See King Biggs. Big up yourself, bro.
That's the word.
Manners. Yeah, we not wish bad for none of we people them man. So I was disappointed. I was disappointed to see that. No, boy, the a good immigration lawyer can talk him out of certain things, right? Because we've seen some cases where we really thought you gone for sure, only to find out them never gone at all. Them actually beat it. But I don't know how them are gonna handle that chip Glock part there. I don't know how. Because that is just illegal in every state straight across the board. So I don't know how they're gonna handle that, you know. But then again, I'm not in a courtroom and I'm not the attorney, so I don't know what could transpire in court. Yeah, him name no filter too. 5 up, 5 down, and no filter. Brother, I feel name that for real. 5 up, 5 down, and no filter. A black G string never ever fails. A winner every time. What the hell, Mary? Mary, many I thought. Oh, who this? What on there? Many says a black G string never fails. And take a page out of Cartel book and learn something. I agree. The thing is, people do not like to see other people doing well, and that is the reason why they want to see him deported. Badman is real among our own. Really sad. And another thing we have to remember is this too, right? Some people have come from some very dark places. So for them to like end up in places where they know that people around them want harm them too, it's hard to expect somebody to just lock themselves in the house 24/7 and just never come outside. Now, if a man a roll outside and he's rolling with a tool to protect himself, he might not. Even in Jamaica, I've said this. Because of the way how the FLA is set up in Jamaica, there are a lot of people who would like to have a firearm to protect their lives, their family members, and so on and so forth. And FLA will not issue them a license to carry. You think everybody are still on wait for Ross FLA to tell me about you think gunman will catch me flat footed and me did they talk about FLA never approved the gun so make me duck 2 gunshot and run and fling 2 buckle and stone. That is why some people are willing to risk it and they're saying, yo, me rather them catch me with this and then carry me to court. That man come gun me down and me did have a chance to defend myself and couldn't do it. To save my family life and couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So and I know some of you are not gun people neither. So you feel like you tell yourself, I will never need one because I walk with the Lord. Or whatever you tell yourself. I'm one of those people that I would rather be caught with it than to not. But me not have to do that because me make sure say all my thing them lies around me, right? And that's that. But I can't blame a person for trying to save their own life. They never caught him in a robbery. They never catch him a hole up somewhere. I juke down somebody, I thief them things. He carries it for protection, like all everybody else. The only thing is, I wish, and this takes discipline to do, because if it was me, I would play the house. I would be in the house so much more that I take on all the paint color off of the wall them till me start peel out in there. Cause me now go out the door until my paperwork gets straight. You understand? Me not going outside till my paperwork gets straight. And this is what I wish he had done. I wish him did just really play it low. Listen, for the rest of y'all out there, America is not Jamaica, man. America is not Jamaica. I remember just joining the military. And I had a drill sergeant named Drill Sergeant Ricks. Drill Sergeant Ricks is Green Beret Special Forces Halo Jumper. If y'all go look at what Halo Jumper is, right? Them not jump regular parachute jump. These are the guys that they take high altitude and them fly before them even reach space where them can jump. See? And to see a black guy doing that, and he was young and black, it made me feel extra proud. Cause I never know say we get down in them something there. Cause we used to think, yo, that's white people shit. I ain't jumping from way up there. Well, he like, we jump from way further up. Matter of fact, you have to calibrate this watch on your hand that you roll with, and if you open at the wrong time, it snap your spinal cord. Dre Sergeant Ricks looked at me and he said, "You used to have dreads, and you worked at a barbershop in Brooklyn between on Union Street between Bedford and Franklin Ave, a Trini barbershop. You cut at the second chair next to the owner, Vernon. I'm in Georgia. Me just reaching that military. This man tell me that, right? You know, my paro. I'm like, I wonder if they've been watching me. I wonder if some way, somehow, me no know them use some kind of device to get me to come that way here. I wonder if. Me start wonder all kind of stuff. He looked at me and he said, "Don't get paranoid, man. I'm from Brooklyn. And I go home a lot. And my family live close by where you used to work at. I used to see you out there. But that's how I know what I'm telling you about the dreads and where you work in the barbershop. I even came by there for a haircut before I reported back to duty." So I was like, damn. Okay. So they never use no device for get inside of my head and send me go army or nothing. He said, "Listen, you are always being watched. Do everything as if somebody is watching you because you are always being watched. I don't care if you in a room with walls around and you're the only person in the room, behave as if you're always being watched." Me not so paranoid now, but when he told me that, I was paranoid to hell for like years after he told me that. But then it set a precedence in my own life. Cause me know people went in at things. And me could have gone in at things. I got good offers before for whole heap of money to do certain things. But that voice that always play back in my head, you are always being watched. Always remember this. You are always being watched. I said, no, me no want in a nothing like that. Matter of fact, don't even call my phone if you in a frigate. If me don't care how long we been friends. I bet you don't have my real number. Don't call my phone. You ain't gonna know where I live. You don't come over to my house. We don't hang out. Why? Because nobody is going to be watching you and take picture and there he is. And he was seen with this individual at this time. Okay, start investigating him now. You know how many people go to prison for conspiracy in the US? I'm just putting y'all onto game. Y'all got family members that went to prison for conspiracy. Y'all know how many people went to prison for conspiracy? It's people where you know, where you just are chill with. And every last time you go over there go chill, they were under surveillance. Oh, this is somebody that visits very often. You know, we're going to have to start keeping an eye on this person. Find out what vehicle he drives, run his license plate number, find out where he lives. I bet there's more going on to this than him just visiting. That time they just visit your brethren, you know. Right. So I learned that from as soon as I joined the army, and it never left me. Always think you're being watched. Always move as if you're being watched because you are. And I move just like that. Yeah, that's how them RICO cases come down. Joint enterprise, right? And that you call run your file. Yeah, Rash Jada, big up yourself. Yes, and that you call run your file. The man tell me all about myself. Me they have dreads, which part me working at the barber shop and everything. You don't know how paranoid that make you feel. And you're far away from there. And when the man tell me say, relax, relax. No need to get paranoid. I'm from Brooklyn. You know, when we get breaks, I go home and see my family, and they live close by that barbershop you used to work at. So I used to pass by there. I get my hair cut too before I come back here. And I was like, whew, in my mind, you know. Back then, me did just discover technology, certain technology, and I was like, could they use radio waves to get into your brain and get you figure do stuff like pick up the gun, load it, 60 rounds, Go over here. Mass shooting. And you keep hearing the voice, hearing the voice, hearing the voice till you actually do it. I don't know if y'all ever watch a movie called The Manchurian Candidate. The Manchurian Candidate with Denzel Washington. Watch that movie there. You will see what me I talk about. Cause from way back then, me watch that movie there, and it did keep me power. So when him did that talk to me like that, that never left my head. That I'm always being watched. And I wish Squash had came to the US and said to himself, somebody always a watch me. Music me a pray, I'm not go a road. When my paperwork comes straight, cause me have to prove to them people here, say, I'm not a problem. I want to get away from problems. So wait till everything good and then me push out. You know, if a show call me and book me and say perform on the show, yeah, me we go do it. That and the other. Apply for the proper permits to be able to work. Do that, go back into the house. Collect your little money, go back into the house. I just wish I could have gave him my mindset, man. But where he's at right now, and given how Donald Trump is running right now, I don't know if y'all saw the last video I put up on immigration. That was just a few days ago that Donald Trump actually put this into action, where people are being deported without even going to their court date. He has fine-lined it to where they can expedite your whole immigration process and run you right through and up out of here. You'll go through that court so fast it's like you never went to the court. Yep, he's a problem. Get him up out of here. No court date needed. Did he have paperwork to be here in the first place? Nah, he came on a visa. Okay, so he didn't enter illegally, but he has no proper rights to be here, right? Other than the case he submitted. Okay, well, deportation order, go. It's easier to do it now than ever before. But now I wish deportation upon him, but under this climate, under this president, if he doesn't get deported, I'm gonna be super surprised. Yeah, if he doesn't get deported, I'm gonna be super surprised. But somebody said I'm gonna wait on the Munga topic. We soon reach that, sir. I moved while I was in DP to the Navy. I never told them, but when I went to MEPS, they told me that I moved. Them run your file. JMRB Media, yeah, they be all in your stuff. I originated from Tivoli. Silver One says I originated from Tivoli and was told the same thing a long time ago. You have to let your community love you regardless of where you're at. Now in America, the feds have someone living right next to you. Right next to you. When they want you, they want you. And when they come for you, ain't much you can do. Because they don't just grab up people just to grab up people. Those are people who actually do extensive research on you and put a case together over time. That is why their conviction rate is so high. Right? What they have a 97%, 98% conviction rate. God bless the 2% of people who actually get away from them. So when they come for you, it's a wrap. So Flo, I don't know if did the update on the gentleman that said he was born in the US and was deported to Jamaica. There's an update that he is Jamaican. Yeah, we covered that earlier, Chevy, before the video went bad. But we didn't know already say I'm a Jamaican, because like I said before, he was putting an H where no H go. You know, like how you would say he lives on 4th Avenue? Most Jamaican, if you listen to them talk, they would say he lives on 4th Avenue with a ha, avenue instead of avenue. And then where there is supposed to be a H, they take it off. Like, do you have that? They would say, do you have that? Have, not have, and having you and not avenue. Them kind of something that let us know already say him wasn't, he was a Jamaican. He might try a thing. The brother try a thing and him thing never work out. Oh God. So how many years he been in the US and now him have to go back to Jamaica, go start over because he has no connections there and no family and whatever. God go with him. Cause that's gonna be rough. In your 60s too. Ross. But life is not over, man. Life is not over. You're back in the island. Just find a piece of beach where you can swim on here, sir. And, you know, relax yourself a little bit. Find some fruit trees. These kind of things. You know what's crazy? Before we go into our next topic, we don't have much time, but what's crazy is this. And Protege said it in a song, you know. Protege said something about your sister poverty not real then, because he said in town people are suffer, and down a country fruits just a drop off of the tree them. So your sister poverty not real then. So I guess it's all about him get dipped 4 times. Crystal G, him get dipped. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Damn. Well, if he got dipped 4 times, I'm willing to bet that he's gonna be out of there again at some point. Is that trying, brother? It's okay, Andrew. We look after him. No, man, you can't survive in a Jamaica, man. You can't survive in a Jamaica. When I go country, so many houses there where the people them, like the old people them, we used to have it dead and gone. Them family they are foreign. If you see them land, just bare food upon the land, and nobody bird go there and eat up with them for eat up. The coconut them stay upon the tree them till them rotten off. Nobody is eating up all the food. So it all depends on where you're at. If you want to be in the concrete jungle or zinc fence jungle, then you're probably going to suffer. But if you want breeze out and go a country, capture a piece of land, I don't know, build your one wackle house with bamboo and wood, and then take it from there. So, but you can survive. You'll be all right if you make up your mind to survive. Or he's probably going to make up his mind to leave. Who knows? Protege and Chronics. Yes, King Biggs. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I just go where the trade wind blows, sending love to my friends and foes. Yes, I suppose, and I'm pleased to be living in the West Indies. Just provide all my wants and needs. The last time Mr. Chronics make a public speech, boy, me hear suck your mother Rasta, boy. Never see Chronics again. Chronics pop out the other day and did a live performance, and it was pretty much begging for him to come back to the musical forefront. You know, I I think he had to take some time off and sort out himself and pay attention to him family and these kind of things. He been doing really good behind the scenes. You know, Chronics have him woman and him children and these kind of things. Me, I'm gonna have one child. I don't know if him have children, so let me not say that. But I told y'all before I did a review on one of Chronic songs. And then the next song me hear the man say, me no want some waste boy a critique my song. And I was the only person that did a review on the song. Only to hear upon the next song, me no want some waste man a critique my song. I said, wow. Kind of like when I logged into that W Magnum Live and get the, me no want some people that follow me. They want follow me. Hey, anyhow, Munga Honorable, moving right along. We are going to wish Squash all the best, right? We can't go with him, so we are going to hope God go with him and hope him make it out of this. But if he doesn't, then he's going to have to figure out from there on forth what comes next for him. And that will be his to deal with. The performance the other day, the tough. Yeah, man. Chronics jump out and do a live performance. It did tough for true. He's needed. He's needed because his music is very cerebral and at the same time relaxing too. But he's needed at the forefront of the music. I don't know why my takes so long for forward back again, but that's that. So Munga Honorable now. Munga Honorable, boy, I remember Munga coming on, showing up on stage with Mr. Winford Williams when somebody chop him with a machete, chop him, could have killed him. And I remember Munga, Mr. Winford Williams asked him, so you're thinking about any retaliation or anything like that? And I remember Munga said, no. As a matter of fact, may I tell everybody out there, all of the man them, don't do nothing to him. Leave him alone, right? So I said to myself back then, I said, either that's pretty honorable But if a boy chop me with a machete, me probably would have go up on TV go say, no, I'm wishing for peace. But me I kill you behind the scene. Seeing? So I don't know. They said the long run is that's exactly what Munga did. I know me say so. The streets said so. Okay? That's exactly what Munga did. He did a campaign first, a media campaign, how man chop him, but him don't want no war with nobody, and he's wishing all the best for him and everything like that. And then boom, him murder the man behind the scenes. I don't know if it's true. I don't think it's true. That's what they're saying. Anyways, he has a murder case before the courts in Jamaica, and the murder case has been there for years. Munga used to be I wouldn't say Munga was one of my favorite artists, but he was because of his originality, right? But we'll get into that in a minute. It's been 7 years, but the murder case involving dancehall star Munga Honorable is still dragging on. 7 years. Cause a boy like me not mad, no. We not mad over no gal. Good or pretty like Dolly, spend enough money. Nah mad over no gal. Yeah. So Munga, he will return to the Supreme Court on April 30th of 2025, but his prominent attorney, Christopher Townsend, believes that that case needs to be thrown out. His attorney said that his client's constitutional rights had been breached because of the inordinate amount of time the case has been languishing before the courts. 7 years. The latest twist is that the cyber report of electronic devices that are relevant to this case have not even yet been submitted, risking further delays and frustrating full disclosure to the defense. 7 years. They've had to put his case together and they have not put his case together. My client's constitutional rights to trial within a reasonable time has been breached, he said. A reasonable time is an average of 5 years. But at this stage, after 7 years and counting, without full disclosure, how can we now trust that we can rely on this cyber report information that still remains outstanding? His attorney said. You see how, boy, the system slack at Jamaica, you know. But I'm willing to bet that right now Munga say, Ima thank God said the system slack. Go and slack it out until you have to throw away the case. You would hate to go to court on a murder charge and not beat it and actually end up at the time for murder. Munga, whose real name is Damian Roden, he is charged with the 2017 murder of a person named Cleveland Smith. According to the police report, it's alleged that Cleveland Smith, wow, that's crazy. That's my grandfather's name. Mas Clevey, right? That's all. So Mas Clevey and Miss Ruby there, right? That's all. That's Mas Clevey. His name is Cleveland Smith. Same name. Anyway, according to the police report, it's alleged that Cleveland Smith was a bagger man corral him and hold him up out a road. And one of those persons was armed with a gun, and they were at a dance in a community called Akiwak community in St. Andrew, which is known to be Munga's community. This is allegedly, this is after the chopping gone, right? An altercation ensued between them, during which Smith was shot fatally. He was then rushed to the Kingston Public Hospital where he was pronounced dead. Munga Honorable is known for his music, of course. I came to take my place. Never you forget my face. It's M to the U to the NGA. Fire must drop more than an NBA. Rastafari. And the girls them love when night and day. Good morning, it's a good, or good evening, it's a good. All right, smoking something there with some good seasoning. Anyway, Mel did in Munga music from the way he rapped the dancehall into the rap stuff and then kept it his own style and all these other things. And yes, yes, with the auto-tune sound there and all that. So, with that said, though, that's where his case is at. It's been 7 years running. His murder case has not been called forward. They still haven't put the case together properly yet, which risk it running another year. And his attorney is basically saying, listen, just throw out that case there. Reggae Girl said, no, so flow, it's slack for who them want it to be slack for, and charge who they don't want to send a prison. I agree. I agree. So I would say that Munga's money is speaking for him and his fame. But I not only money and fame, it has to be something else. It has to be the individual who you have appointed to represent you. Your lawyer might have some connections with the right people. Delay the case like a bit more, man. Delay the case like a bit more. Them can't tell me so them things here not happen behind the scene. Either which way you take it, I'm sure Munga is not complaining. The only thing he probably want now is for that to be off his record, because surely this affects his ability to secure US visa for him to fly out to other places and do shows, etc. He probably can do some Caribbean traveling, maybe traveling to some of these Caribbean islands. Can he get into Canada, the US, the UK? I really don't think so. So them kind of thing I freeze you up to, at the same time, where your money is out there to be made, your brand to be expanded, you drop songs that you can't really promote, so they're only going so far, then them stop. Honestly, after this happened, Munga's career kind of took a dive. And I wouldn't say it's over, because he has solidified himself in dancehall music, reggae music, but it stalled him up a lot. It has stalled him a lot. And when an artist put out good music but they're not there to promote it, you see what it does. Just look at Lisa Hyper right now. Lisa Hyper put out 2 good songs, and then her head take her. And she went into creative overdrive, and then she ended up having to go get treatment, and the songs are just laying there dormant. She's not able to do radio spots. She's not able to fly into Florida and hit the radio station them and fly here so and fly there so and perform the song and make the song grow. The song's just there on YouTube. You know what I mean? So after it gets so many views, it just stopped right there. So that's one of the things she was talking about, where she said this I got stall her again. Cause every time she got take the injection at 3-4 months before, she can be back out again. So and then she gonna have to work on the weight gain. She have to go lose back the weight while people are make fun of her. Oh, her belly look big, son. She never do her body and her breasts. The body not do right, and she have to go get back in shape again and do this again and that again. So it stalled them up when these things happen. I think this case stalled Munga career big time. Yeah, he found 1 hit song within the 7 years, and the 1 hit song was "Cause a boy like me, we not mad, no, we not mad over no girl. Could a pretty like Dolly, spend enough money, we not mad over no girl." But even that song, they could have went way further, and it didn't. It couldn't, with a murder charge hanging over your head. So I'm sure he wants this gone too. And me don't know nothing about the case, so don't expect me to say nothing about the case. Don't think a gossip site this way you gonna hear me say, say Munga kill the man for real. Cause me know the brethren them where they around him and them man they hold on the man, make him shot him. I don't know nothing about it other than an update to where the case is. Right. Audrey Wright says even negative shit get drop off a credit report after years. Even yeah. So yeah, them probably gonna end up throwing that case out. 7 years and you haven't put the case together yet? That needs to dash out anyway. I'm gonna just go ahead and say that. But of course somebody is gonna say, there he goes again, always supporting those criminal entertainers. Cause that them have me as why people complaining about ticket price. I'm seeing great seating lower level for 300 and up. Because the people them broke, friend. Doesn't he have a concert coming up in New York? Who? Munga? Munga has a concert coming up in New York? If he does, that would be a good thing. But Munga hasn't done a lot of traveling and stuff in years. Remember, I covered this story about Munga a few years ago. You know, Munga did have a girl who come visit him at Jamaica, right? And the car crashed and mashed up and the girl died. FIFA Don says 7 years is probably more than what he would have served too. Anyway, we're going to wish Munga all the best with Theme situation. We don't know the ins and outs of it, so we're not going to sit here and go on like we do and end up put our foot in our mouth and saying all the wrong things. Plus, we don't really talk about stuff where we don't have no proof about. So we're going to left it right there. So that's all we know. What's been given. What his attorney said is that the case should be thrown out because they haven't even put it together yet. And pertinent information is missing still from the case, which is going to lead to further delays, and the average time should or even overextended time should be about 5 years before your case get called to court. And for Munga's case, they're on the 7th year, and it looked like it's gonna be more years. Something like the Mario Dean case, from when till now. Oh, Junior Graves. Oh, not talk about Cartel. We all know that already, man. I think they are talking about Cartel. Yeah, I was just asking if Munga has a, but if them are talk about Cartel, then we know that already. And Audrey, I agree with the lawyer. Fling out the case because at this point it's just hanging over his head. You know, let me use this to segue into the Jada Kingdom something. Them people here are wicked, you know. Me watch what them do to Tommy Lee, you know. And I told you all this before they even did it to him. Tommy Lee Sparta. Tommy Lee Sparta never had a criminal record before. But they had everybody believing that he was a criminal. Right? Now, applying to the FLA and not being able to secure a firearm because them feel like you shouldn't have one. When they give firearm to other entertainers but not giving one to you and you didn't have a criminal record or anything, puts you in danger, right? So what they did was they kept on pursuing Tommy Lee in a criminal manner till the youth get paranoid. Remember when he came on stage, you know, and him said to Mr. Winford Williams, me don't know what me do to them, you know. But right now, me paranoid. I am paranoid for my life because I don't know if them want set me up for lock me up or if them want kill me out the street. And me never do nothing to no police. Me and all the police them good. So me don't know where this a come from. They kept going around telling promoters, if you put him on your flyer for your show, we'll come lock off the show. Right? He said, God bless him streaming for his YouTube videos and the other ways that he gets money online, because I saw me able to take care of me picking them. Because other than that, the bookings dry up, people afraid for book him. Him can't fly out because people used to send deposits for shows. He would get ready to fly out. They would get wind of it and they would call him up, or you have to report to court on this date. Right around the time when he would be flying out to go do the shows. So he had to send back people them deposit money and sit down and wait upon that. And then they would cancel the court date for the day him should have show up for that. Right? Because them did have him under some scam or something. He eventually went and him beat that. All that got thrown out. Him para now him riding around with a gun. Then them catch him with a gun. Now him have time to go do in a prison for a gun charge when they friggin' made him para in the first place enough to have to go get a gun. You see, they cornered him. Because if the FLA had given Tommy Lee a gun or a permit to carry a legal weapon to protect himself, he would have never got that gun charge. And I was saying that before it even happened, you know. And it happened. So you see how them corner him up? And the same way them have Munga with that something there hang over him head. So once this free up, I bet you see the artists start moving around. Watch and see. So they sometimes them use them something here to corner them up. I don't know why or who, but that's how it works. You know? Dancehall artist Jada Kingdom has been vocal in recent weeks about being featured on a flyer for an upcoming event in the UK without being correctly booked for the event in the UK. As per Jada Kingdom, the promoter was refusing to take her off of the show flyer despite not being fully booked for the event. The event is titled One World Music Festival, and it is slated to start July 20th of 2025 at the Wembley Arena. The show also was set to feature fellow Jamaican artists like Mr. Vegas and others. Big show. Talking on the turn of events leading up to now, the promoter for the event, who goes by the name Shinehead, sent audio recording message saying he detailed that he initially reached out to Jada's manager after securing the venue and other smaller acts as well to attend the event, to perform at the event. As per Shinehead words, Jada Kingdom's manager, who is called Benny, told him that it would have cost 60,000 US dollars to book Jada for the show. However, the promoter Shinehead said he negotiated a deal with the manager and talked him down to 55,000 US. As per Shinehead again, he agreed to pay Jada Kingdom in 3 different installments, and he proceeded to pay the first part of the sum. The promoter noted that the second payment was due March 14th. The promoter says that he wanted to start promoting the event early. So he told Jada's manager that he would have paid before the 14th. However, he was unable to do so on time. After failing to pay, as per the verbal agreement date, the promoter says that he was told by Jada's manager, you need to go talk to your lawyer, because you breached the contract. Now remember, I'm sent out the first installment, right, of the 55,000, and now he's being told go talk to your lawyer. Furthermore, the promoter says that the manager told him that you're not even getting back your 22,000 US, which is the initial amount that he paid upfront first. He says you're not even getting back your 22,000 US dollars. The promoter outlines that he will be taking legal steps towards this week. He says, what I'm about to do on Friday, this Friday, we're going through all the paperwork. He says, we have breached 1 week. Where is the damage? In other words, I was late to pay the rest by 1 week, but it caused no damage. So in good faith, we could have just kept on going with the business the same way. He continued, this show was set to advertise, but now we are going to have to pull the show. He went on to declare that he is now forced to take out an injunction against Jada Kingdom. It's something that I said I didn't want to do, but unfortunately, I don't have no other choice but to take out an injunction. And the reason is I want to take out an injunction on Jada Kingdom is because of Benny, her manager, and how he handled this. I don't have no choice. We tried to reach out to Benny and say, come on, there's a lot of stake here. Work with us. The promoter also talked about the added necessities of Jada Kingdoms, including security detail and so on and so forth. As a result of the happenings, the promoter said that he will be taking legal action against Benny, her manager. Furthermore, an injunction will be taken out against Jada Kingdom. This will damage her so bad, more than that 20,000 US dollars that your stupid manager is holding on to. I don't really want to do something like this, but I have no choice. He left a voice note. He expressed that he is still reluctant to take legal action against her, which will likely prevent her from performing in the US and in the UK. Look how serious this is going to damage her career. If you think a lie may I tell, watch and see, he said. Well, you can find a copy of the contract that they signed on yardhype.com, and you can check out Mautamasi for the voice note that the promoter left. We have the voice note right here, but me no mind share the platform, so I can tell you where to go hear it anyway. But basically, he's saying that if he takes out an injunction, Jada won't be able to perform in a lot of places, and it's going to cost her way more than that 20,000 that her attorney, not attorney, that her manager Benny is holding on to. Boy, them thing I get sticky, you know. I just honestly think if you take the people's money up front and you decide not to do the event, get them back their money. She have till tomorrow, Crystal G. Yes, Steezy. 55,000 US, 60,000 US for book Jada. Remember, I know. Another day, I think a lot of people don't understand the kind of money that is into dancehall music. When you see the youth, them a rush to the music. You know, say how much of them? Shit, 60,000 US and somebody BMW that, a somebody X6 that, a somebody. It's a lot of money in this business. But this is where the business gets spoiled apart too, because it's a lot of people who are in it for the money and not really in it for the love of the music. You know, back in the day when time we have dancehall artists, do y'all remember when every dancehall artist sounded different from each other? You remember that? Every dancehall artist sounded different from each other. We don't really have that again. You know, sometimes me I ride out in a car and me I listen to a mix. And the mix have about 20 song, 30 song on it. And I can't tell you who is who half of the 20, 30 song them. Everybody sound alike. They all talk about the same things. And then when you see them dress alike, them look alike, them every back in the day, the artists them everybody different. Everybody look different, dress different, sound different. Nobody else dressed like Ninja Man. Nobody. Nobody. Listen what me I say. Nobody else dressed like Ninja Man. Nobody else sounded like Shabba Ranks. Nobody else looked like or sound like a bounty killer. No, just everybody just had their different sound. And even till today, I say this. These young artists might get a buzz from a 1 and 2 song, but they're not going to solidify themselves in the genre if they don't have an original sound. If I play a CD right now, if I play a record, if I stream some music, a mix, I can tell right away that's definitely Mavado. If that ain't Mavado, that's somebody who's trying very hard to be Mavado. Because Mavado has a certain way of how him break up him and him voice is unique and distinct. That's definitely a Vybz Kartel. If it ain't Vybz Kartel or somebody I really try hard to be him, that is definitely a Bounty Killer. That is definitely a Wayne Marshall. That is definitely a Baby Sham. That is definitely a Mr. Vegas. That is definitely a... And we can go way back. To back when Tiger them and all them man they did. This is definitely a Ninja Man. This is definitely like those people have their own sound. So if you look today in the music, right? Look at the artists them who stand out the most. That is definitely a Tommy Lee. When you hear a Tommy Lee, you know say a him right away. Signature sound. When you hear a Alkaline, you know it's him right away. Now you have like Alkaline Copycat, but you can still tell that that's Alkaline. When you hear, there's some artists who have this unique, distinct sound, but then there are many who just sound like everybody else. And them not gonna go too far. Once they sound like everybody else, you might get a 1-2 song out there, but then that is it. Right? When I heard Baka's in a Mark X, I thought it was Tommy Lee. Mirated. Ras Jada, Baka's in a Mark X. You know, me not hear that song there yet. Sherlock sound like himself. That's a unique sound. His delivery and his voice is a unique sound. But majority of them, man, them just copy off of the next person who just get a hit. Or if me follow this, then me I go get a hit too. And then them end up sound just like them. Back to the Jada Kingdom, something to do with the people them money. I think they should just give the people them back their money. Because if you come to do business with me, unless I told you that this is non-refundable, I just pay the money and then you frig up the business, I keep your money. But if you decide, say, hey, listen, nothing no go on yet, we just now go come, may I forward you back your money from. Sometimes, sometimes more problem arise for you than the little bit of money there where you take. And $20,000 is not no little bit of money. I know a lot of people right now who don't have $20,000 saved up, put on where them can just dash it out just so. That's a lot of money. You know, we're living in 2025. Everybody gets on social media and pretend to be rich. You know, may not reach million yet, but may have hundreds of thousands of US dollars stuck up. And I guarantee you in real life, them don't even have a small percentage of that. It's a lot of faking it goes on in society. So we look at people with money like 20,000 and we're like, sure, a monkey money that man. I don't know. This new generation of people that do that. A monkey money that, a strip club money that man, a play money that man. 20,000, 20. When did 20,000 US dollars become monkey money, play money to a Jamaican? How will heap of money that? Major mackerel. I can't even do it. But I can't even do it. Tiger, Super Cat, Ninja Man. All them people that sounded have their original sound. None of them Lieutenant Stitchy. God bless Lieutenant Stitchy. I haven't heard any updates to him on his stroke. If him even get back him chain of thought and attack yet or nothing like that. But the whole of them didn't have them original sound. See? Except for a few that sound alike. Bujo and Jigsy King. Even then, you didn't know say it wasn't Bujo. And that's when it started. That's when it started because Bujo Boswe and people were like, me want Boswe like Bujo too. So I guess me have to go walk like a champion, talk like a champion. And then them throat horse up and them couldn't keep it because that is actually Bujo's voice. But that wasn't their voice. So them fall off and Bujo kept going. That's what I'm saying. When you imitate the person, you're going to fall off and the person is going to keep going because that is actually their voice. You found a way to sound like them, but you can't keep it up. Right. Ace God, Mark X, and Axio, Chopper Freestyle. Oh, I know who Ace God is. Him are the one who girl drive a truck, right? She a truck driver in the US or something like that. Yeah, I never heard the backers in a Mark X song before. Somebody, but me I gonna listen to it, Rash Jada, just for you. Any money that person can beg and get easily is money. The rich not even want to give a stranger $5,000 Jamaican for no reason. So all when it's small, I fee him money. A whole heap of money that still. Whole heap of money that. If you have $20,000 for me, please give me my money. Them man lose them life for way less than that. Anyway, this is what we gonna finish up with this morning. We're going to finish up with the madness that's been going on with Donald Trump. Two things. One, Donald Trump has made it official that the tariffs are now in full effect for Canada, for China, and for Mexico. I just wanted to say this. Why did the President of the United States of America turn Canada, our closest ally, into an enemy, but befriended Russia? I I'm thinking a bit outside the box, and I'm starting to think that something is coming down the pipeline somewhere within the next 4 years that's gonna knock all our friggin' socks off. I don't know what it is, but listen, let me just ask you. Why did the President of the United States of America turn Canada? We have never had beef with Canada. Why did you overnight turn Canada into our enemy for no reason? But you befriended Russia. Y'all ain't thinking about that? Maybe I'm paranoid. Anyhow, they asked why he did it. He said because Mexico and Canada have allowed a lot of fentanyl into the US. They've flooded the US with illicit drugs that has killed thousands of Americans. The Mexican president yesterday did a meet and greet meeting, held whatever you call it, when them stand up there at the podium and all the cameras are on. She said, she said 80%, the record shows 80% of the individuals that are caught at the border smuggling drugs, fentanyl, cocaine, whatever else, are Americans, not Mexicans. They are Americans. So to put a tariff on them saying they allowed this drug to come into the country, 80% of the people who's bringing it into the country is their people. It's our people. It's Americans. I don't know why Canada became our enemy overnight, and I'm still baffled by it. Okay, I saw the videos yesterday. Canada removing all American-made stuff from their shelves. Canada has hit back with their own tariffs, and just to give you a rundown quickly of what is affected and what is going to be affected. So, President Donald Trump launched a trade war Tuesday against America's three biggest trading partners. Is that smart? Your three biggest trading partners, drawing immediate retaliation from Mexico, Canada, and China, and sending financial markets into a spiral. One person said yesterday, is he trying to like send the US into a recession purposely? Because we can't understand the move. All right. Sending the markets into a tailspin as the US faced the threat of rekindled inflation and paralyzing uncertainty for business. Why would you want to do that? Now, just after midnight, Donald Trump imposed a 25% taxes of or tariff on Mexican and Canadian imports, though he limited the levy to 10%. By the way, last night actually this morning, while I was going out, scroll my phone real quick, see if there was any update. And I think it said somewhere that he gave Canada and Mexico another 30 days or something like that, or another 60 days to do something, which I just said to myself, this guy is just flip flopping all over the board. You're going to impose the tariffs or you're not going to impose the tariffs. You give it out and then you take it back. You say it's ready and then it's not. Like, what are we doing here? So just after midnight, he imposed 25% taxes or tariffs on Mexican and Canadian imports, though he limited the levy to only 10% on Canadian energy. Trump also doubled the tariff he slapped last month on Chinese products to 20%. Last month it was 10%. Okay, Darren Brannon, shout out, big up. He said 1 month, he's giving them 1 more month. Beijing retaliated already, placing tariffs of up to 15% on a wide array of US farm exports. It also expanded the number of US companies that are subject to export controls and other restrictions by over 24. So, in essence, then Donald Trump just made it bad for over 24 US companies who are doing business with that region and out of that region. This is what's affected. Break it down in layman's terms. The US top China foods that are affected, goods that are affected by this tariff. This is for China. Cell phones, computers and accessories, electric and industrial equipment. Bib. Okay. I heard my front door alarm go off. You see what I'm telling you, my paro? I don't left it far, trust me. I hear the front door alarm go off, you know. I was like, babe, But it's her. She just came in. All right. So cell phones are going to be affected. Computer and accessories are going to be affected. Electric and industrial equipments are going to be affected. Toys, games, sporting goods are going to be affected. Each one of these are labeled $64.1 billion. Cell phones, computers and accessories, $50.5 billion. Electronic and industrial equipment, $46.2 billion. Toys and games and sporting goods, $30.8 billion. Appliances and furnitures, $26.9 billion. Exports to China incur 10 to 15%. Soybean, meat and poultry, cotton, sorghum, fish, and shellfish. Wow. And that's for China. As far as Canada to the US, goods that will be affected by this tariff, oil and petroleum products, $114.2 billion worth. Cars and trucks, $37.5 billion. Auto parts. This is going to fall back on us. If anything happened to your car right now, just hope you don't have to need parts for it, and your car is going to be sitting at the mechanics for like 2, 3, 4 weeks before you could get it back, because parts are coming in slow, because Canada got beef with the US got beef with Canada. That's how it's going to blow back on us. So auto parts, anything that's made with aluminum, bauxite, cars and trucks, oil, petroleum, energy, metal products, household appliances, apparel, clothing, cotton, wine and beers, orange juice, and motorcycles. I'm asking the question again, man. Why? 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 Like, why was this necessary? Now, I'll give him credit for this, right? While we try to figure out why this was necessary. Roland Richards says he's an idiot and he doesn't care. He's not thinking about the consequences. Live on the air with SoFlo. Good morning.
Yeah, Sluffer, what's up?
Yo, what's up, family?
A bad businessman. He is a very bad businessman.
Yeah, we can see that. We can see that.
Yeah, man.
Ricardo Russell, big up yourself from Germany. All right, family, we can see that. But what I mean, well, officer.
That's it. Just bad businessman. We're going in the biggest recession we ever did.
Wow. Excalibur says he's only doing this to make us start to publicly demonstrate. And the moment we start to do that, he will place us under martial order that allows him to do stuff that we never imagined. You agree?
I agree.
Okay. All right, caller.
One more thing.
Yeah.
You say your internet is bad. You should try to go to UVO's AT&T.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
It must be better.
All right. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Live on the air with SoFlo. Good morning.
Morning, my brother. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, family. How you doing? I haven't heard from you in a while, man.
Now I'm gonna send some message to you as soon as I get a update with some connection. If you look on your phone.
When I told you that link you sent, nothing was popping up. I never got a response from you.
Not the link. Not the link. Just something to people get in touch with me and stuff. The number.
Oh, yeah. I didn't see that.
Yeah, man. Me send an update. On a little thing where Ringy I do, cause when I call the name, Ringy I call him.
I saw.
You have to remember. This is what playing over people's head. Remember that he lost a lot of money. So how he was operating, gathering back certain money when he was in 4 years, he's doing it on a different note. So he has to accumulate back all that money that he lost with his building, his business, and all the trial and the suing and stuff like that. So after he received that, then in the business with Donald. That's what he's going after. So places that he could get it from with no repercussion.
Yeah.
That's why he's running on the Mr. Android.
Right. Okay. I love how y'all talk. These names that you're using, but I know exactly who you're talking about.
All right, my friend.
Yes.
We'll get back in touch with you soon.
All right, my brother. Wow. So somebody just said, let me see, British Jamaican girl just said a lot of US celebrities are moving to the UK. I know a few. I saw it. A few of them have left the US, right? And a lot of people have moved to other places as well. But did y'all see yesterday or day before yesterday and yesterday where Elon Musk made a suggestion that Donald Trump pardons Derek Chauvin? Derek Chauvin, by the way, is the police officer who placed his knee on George Floyd's neck and killed him. Elon Musk said a great injustice was done when Derek Chauvin was sentenced to prison, and he is suggesting that Donald Trump pardons him. Get him out of there. All this comes back to me like this. I saw a veteran crying this morning after he voted for Donald Trump. Let me see, I saved that one. And I put up another one yesterday of a woman crying from out in the Midwest because her family is losing their family ranch. They're about to go bankrupt because none of their workers have showed up since Donald Trump took office, and she don't know if they're scared or they moved to another state. And she said, basically, we're about to lose the ranch and we're gonna go bankrupt. In 1 more month or so, they're gonna be bankrupt. And they voted. And she said, I had this discussion with my husband last night where I said to him, we kicked ourselves in the ass. We really voted against ourselves. And it's a hard thing to accept. That's her, right? This morning, it was a veteran who voted for Donald Trump who is up here crying as he is talking about all the stuff that's coming down for veterans and the major cuts and how many jobs are going to be lost and what this is going to mean at the VA for veterans who need help, who are backlogged, who are waiting on appointments, who are waiting on surgeries, who are waiting to see a specialist, be it a psychiatrist, psychologist, a medical doctor for something or another, just going to get way more backlogged now because of what he's about to do, right? So I'm watching just the Hispanic community running around like when you kick an ant pile, but they were out here, Hispanics, for Trump. I'm watching Haitians get their TPS taken away, temporary protective status, but they were out here, Haitians, for Trump. I'm watching African Americans, the highest ranking African American military personnel, removed from his position and replaced with somebody who they actually needed a waiver for that white man to qualify to even take that position, gets that position. I'm watching them lose a lot of stuff. Major cuts to Medicare and Medicaid. Who you think will be affected the most by that, right? A lot of them don't have private health insurance that they could keep up with. Not good ones, anyways, that will help you out if you have a prolonged stay in a hospital, if you're sick in a major way. Not one that will cover your bills long term if you need a year to recover from whatever it is. I have those kind of insurance, by the way. I make sure I pay into that shit. So, and I say shit because I just felt like saying that because this is so important for you all out there to understand this, right? I keep telling my audience, if you hear me telling you about stuff, it's because I'm doing these things to bolster myself. So right now, I know if I get sick right now and I have to spend a year in a hospital right now, all my bills are paid for the whole year. I don't have to move a finger for the whole year. Can you say the same? I can go too. Can you say the same? I know who's going to be affected the most by all these changes, but I watch these people vote for a person who is going to upset that. And I can't help but to think right now, I'm really watching people get what they voted for. It rubbed me the wrong way when my African American brothers and sisters were calling Kamala Harris Indian. She ain't black, she Indian. She not even foundational black American, she an immigrant. And that's the basis of the reason why they wouldn't vote for her. She would have never done none of this stuff to you. All you federal workers who are ex-military individuals who just lost your job and they're about to cut 80 something thousand, is it 80 something thousand or 800 and something thousand across the board? Let me get my numbers right. Hold on. Cuz I don't want to put false information out there. Veterans for Trump.
Billionaires can make more money while veterans sit out pointless. Worse, they'll get no treatment. Our president was asleep while Musk was at the wheel. Do you know what happens to a serviceman when they fall asleep when they're on duty? Veterans don't trust him. He's not one of us.
So that was Eric Rodriguez. He's a veteran of the war in Iraq. He was reacting to the news that the Trump administration is cutting thousands of jobs from the Department of Veterans Affairs. On that, the AP reports this, quote, the Department of Veterans Affairs is planning a reorganization that includes cutting more than 80,000 jobs.
80,000.
Wow, 80,000 jobs from the agency that provides health care for retired military members.
So, when that Sergeant First Class who retired put his uniform on that day and he made a video and he said during the elections, he said, veterans, if you're not a veteran, you can skip past this video. Veterans, why are y'all voting against yourselves? I see bumper stickers everywhere that says veterans for Trump. Why are you voting against yourselves? You're about to F yourself royally. They wouldn't listen. They wouldn't listen. Now it's all coming down the pipeline, right? I just feel like, man, I've been working hard and bolstering myself, making sure I'm safe in case shit hits the fan and anything goes crazy. I got a little bit I could lay back on. I'm gonna watch this unfold. I'm not saying I won't be affected, because I definitely will be affected. I'm here with everybody else. But a lot of the people who voted for this will be directly affected. And now is the time where we have to sit back and watch people take their medicine, you know? Yeah, we have 3 years to go, so stop the ball. That's what I said the other day. I said stop the Ross balling. It just started, and you have 4 years of this to go. So stop the Ross. It's too early to start crying. It's too early to start crying. You're gonna be stressed out and dead. You're trying to make it through these 4 years. Another person said, Soflo, it's just been a few months and I'm highly stressed already. Every day I wake up is something new. I don't know if I could take any much more of this for all these years. 15%, 80,000. Many VA regional office will deny veterans because employees want money for themselves. Many VA regional offices will deny veterans because employees want. So when you put a claim in, your claim is going to be denied, right? And I'm talking about those who already have their ratings, who already were waiting for care, who already were on a list somewhere. It's just going to be more prolonged. Those who are putting in their paperwork now, that's going to be more prolonged. The ratings, like you just said, that's going to be skewed. Show the population of foreign-born American citizens that voted for this guy, even against their own family members and their nationalities that are seeking a better life of benefits. A lot of them did. A lot of them did. A lot of them did. A lot of them who weren't even foreign-born, who weren't even American-born did. They're foreign-born who came to America as an immigrant and got naturalized and voted against their own people. A lot of them did. And I warned them not to do it, and a lot of them did. I get $4,400 per month as a disabled vet, and it worked. Silver Freak, yeah. But watch what happens when they start cutting that. Did you hear what he said about that? Did you hear what he said about the money you're getting per month? You're about to find out. Let me tell you what happened to me. The last time Trump was in power, this happened to me. This is my personal story. The last time he was in power, right? Thank God I was raised a certain way. I don't keep all my eggs in one basket. And I don't give a damn how much my life is topsy-turvy and in turmoil. I always try to figure out, bolster yourself, because you can't depend on these people. I'm out in Texas, right? I'm taking contracts, I'm traveling, I'm doing the work. I'm making money there. I'm making money from other places, so I'm not checking to see if my VA money is coming in. Not for nothing, one day I said, you know, I got some time, let me sit down today and go through my bank statements. Just give you an example. I went through April, the check was missing. It comes once a month. I went through April, it was missing. I'm like, it was supposed to be here 2 weeks ago. I went through March, missing. I went through February, missing. I went through January, missing. I went back December, missing. November, missing. 6 months, missing. I was like, where's my money? And why am I not getting it? Checked in with the VA. The VA says you're going to have to be reevaluated all over again. Any veteran who has ever had to go through this will tell you that this is a traumatic friggin' experience. Okay? To be reevaluated all over again. You got to go back to all the doctor appointments you went to before. You got to go get all the checks that you had done before. You have to go back to everything again. I had to go back through every friggin' thing again. Everything. Y'all, I didn't say nothing. I had to go back through every friggin' thing again. And when I went back through everything, thank God, I got awarded again with the same percentage. And the only reason I got awarded again with the same percentage was because something else got added to it that they had been denying for years. And I got awarded back the same percentage again. And I was talking to I even had to do this meeting with the psychiatrist. And even the psychiatrist was like, no bullshit. The psychiatrist was like, man, I could see it all over you. And I hate to drag you through this. You know what this is. You see who's doing it. Just like that. And he was like, I got you. I got you. And I left that meeting and I thought, this guy is going to royally fuck me over because the way he said, I got you, wherever you're at today, I thank you. Because he actually did got me. Right? So when veterans got to keep going through that shit, because this guy decides, I think your ratings aren't accurate. I'm going to have the VA hold off on your payments, and then I would like to have you reevaluated again. Did y'all know the GI Bill that we paid into? Under him, your GI Bill, the people who got their GI Bill after a certain day, their GI Bill will never expire. For the rest of us who got our GI Bill before a certain time, your shit expired at a certain date. Y'all better go check your GI Bill. I'm sitting over here telling everybody I paid into my GI Bill. I went on the under a program, a rehab program, to graduate through Kaiser University. And now when I want to go further, I'm paid up to a master's degree. But I earned that. Only to friggin' find out. I signed up the other day and I said, it's time for me to go get my master's because, you know, this one of the things, the school shot back and said, your GI Bill expired last year. What? My GI Bill don't have an expiration date. They're like, yeah, it did. And this was the year that it was, what's his name wrote that into power, and these people right here, theirs will never expire. He did that for them, but for you back to this period, your GI Bill is expired. I paid into my own GI Bill. It's expired. I had to be completely reevaluated to be rated again. You understand? So when you hear people out here talking about, oh, we care about our veterans and we love our veterans, fuck off. No, you don't. They don't. They don't. And when I say they don't, I'm talking about people like him. They don't give a shit about no veterans. So I didn't understand why there were veterans out here with stickers saying veterans for Trump. Because I know I wasn't the only one that had all my money stopped. And a lot of them, they depend on that money so much because it's their only source of income. So they're going to be friggin' hurt when this all comes down the pipeline. But guess what? You voted for that. I will vote for Donald Trump. Yeah, bye. Yeah. Louder, louder, everybody. We go vote for Donald Trump. Yeah, bye. You're getting what you voted for. It's sad, man. It's sad. Now, closing off this morning, because I got like 5 minutes left with you. Everything ain't bad with Donald Trump, though. This is a free country. I feel like I earned the right to speak. You know, sometimes people be like, if you don't like it here, go back to your fucking country. And the first thing I ask them is this: did you ever serve in the military, anything? And they're like, no, and what? And I'm like, oh, I did shit that you can't even dream of. You probably saw some of it in your worst nightmares for my right to speak. So don't let this flag fool you. Anyhow, not everything is bad with this guy. He's trying to push a bill to ban trans athletes from girls and women's sports. The Democrats went up against that bill unanimously. They did not get one Democratic vote to go with it. And I'm saying to myself, who in their right friggin' mind thinks that a guy who identifies as a girl has a right to compete with my daughter, has a right to use the same restroom as my wife? You see this shit right here? The Democrats, man. Y'all remember when I said there's no way that Trump can win the election unless if they can't clean up what's going on at the border. The Democrats have handed him this election. Y'all remember when I said that? But behind the scenes, what was going on was they were sabotaging the border so they could use it as a political ploy, which they did. But under the Democrats, they weren't able to clean up what was going on at the border, and they lost the election because of it. Another reason why they lost that election, too, has a lot to do with this right here. I identify as a cotton tree. I identify as a horse. I identify as a woman. And everybody is like, Soflo, you're not a woman. Well, you better call me Miss Soflo, or else I'm getting you fired from your damn job. And friggin' people with two good eyes and a thinking brain are going, hey man, your voice is coarse like a man's voice, bro. You have a beard. You big tough back man, your hands are as big as my damn head. I don't see a woman. Stanley, Brahma, Missy, bro. I don't see a woman. Why you want me to call you Mistress Soulflow? Well, that is what I identify as. You better call me that, or I'm complaining, and people are getting fired for that. Okay, that's all fine and good. But that bill to ban trans athletes from girls and women's sports, why would anybody be against that? Why would anybody be against that? Unless you're a trans person who wants to be in women's sports and you feel like they should fight for you, right? But, and I'm not a hater of anybody, I just feel like trans people should have their own league. I respect you enough to say have your own league of everything, right? Have your own set of athletes, your own 100-meter sprinters, have your own football teams, have your own swimmers, have your own models, have your own everything. A man that identifies as a woman can never be a woman. I don't care who wants to skew it any other way. Have your own bathrooms. Nobody will come in there but you. You understand that people ain't comfortable with this, man? Which man wants his little daughter to come home and say, Daddy, there's a man in my bathroom? And then when the man go and look, is a big hairy man like me walking out of the bathroom talking about, get off me, I identify as a woman. What's your problem? Based on that, here we are. So they just shot that down. And Trump took a loss because he was trying to pass the bill and the bill failed to advance to the Senate because the Republicans, hands down, 100% went against it. Y'all work that out. I'm about to leave you right here this morning because I got to go do some things, you know. I appreciate every one of you tuning in this morning. Hope you could pick some sense out of some nonsense. Hope you got some humor. At the end of the day, we all in this together, whatever it is, right? And for my foundational Black American family members, you us and we are you. Don't let nobody tell you any different. I'll catch you all tomorrow morning right here on Morning Thoughts for Festive Friday. God spare my life. Like my grandfather would say, we don't control this. You could go to sleep tonight and not wake up. A lot of people have done it. Somebody did it between last night and this morning. So I will see you tomorrow if God spare my life. And like my grandmother said, be good. If you can't be good, be careful. But it's best to be good. All right? I'm out. Peace.